don't have a weed trimmer, weed whacker, edger, you need to take a look at this because I paid 3 times the price for my rechargeable, and I think this one works better. This is a telescoping weed whacker, all right? Come in very close and you'll see it's got a really unique system. Rather than having to deal with running the cord and taking the cord and hitting the button, you actually get 24 sets of these zip ties, all right? These zip ties go right through, and they are extra thick. I don't know if you can see how thick. I'm gonna kind of hold it on an angle. They're very, very thick. And when you depress the lever, it does all the trimming. It has a little bit of a flower guard on the end. You can lower the flower guard so that when you're doing your flowers, you won't hit them. It has a telescoping handle, so I can loosen it. I can make it shorter, or I can make it longer if I want. And I am telling you, this thing, can you hear it? I can turn it on. And what does it weigh? Less than 2 pounds. So now if I need to weed whack anywhere I need to go, I can hit everything. I can use one hand to do it. It's very well balanced. It's rechargeable, so you don't have to worry about any cords. You'll be able to get right in close wherever you need to get, in and around. Obviously, I'm not outside. Let me hand it over to Lou Caputo. Lou, very, for under $50 for this? Crazy.
I know. Yeah, and this thing's amazing too because it's so lightweight. I think you hit the nail on the head with that. You know, most of your trimmers weigh quite a bit more than this one. This is only 1.75 pounds. For comparison, a gallon of milk weighs 8.5 pounds, okay? So this is like just super, super feather light, but it is powerful. As you pointed out, it does use the zip ties. We give you 24 of them, but when you run out of them, you can always get regular zip ties and put them in there as well. There's a safety on the end here you've got to press, and once I do, I squeeze the trigger, and you can see those blades start turning right there, those zip ties. Then when they slow down, boom, there they are. So it's got a lot of speed, a lot of power. You do have that flower guard on the front. You've got a debris guard on the back, so nothing's going to hit you. And I love the fact that the handle can telescope, because if I wanted to, like, say, maybe trim some hedges or something, I could totally come over here and just do that and use it that way as well. Now, Guy, one other thing that this does, which I think is kind of cool, it's an edger as well. To get to the edging function, there's a collar down here. You just have to loosen that, pull the head off, flip it over just like that, and then tighten that up again. Now we've got the edger function right there, so we're going to go walk along and we're going to use it that way. So you could see this is very, very versatile. It's incredibly lightweight, and you know what? For my money, it's better than dragging around something that's got gasoline in it or I've got to have corded. This is way easier.
Lou, I have a trimmer that I paid $139 for. It's rechargeable, right? The battery doesn't last very long. The thing is really big, right? It's way bigger than it needs to be. I mean, it's like another 3 feet longer, and I got to get out there with 2 hands to use it. Lou, this is a trimmer for everybody. If you can hold under 2 pounds in your hand, and watch the power. I don't know how close you guys can get in on this, but the power of this thing and the durability, I mean, this is twice the thickness of the regular wire that's on mine, which I have to replace like every 3 weeks. I got to replace it. Look at that power. That is awesome. Hey, Lou, how do I recharge it? What do I do?
Well, we give you a recharger with it, okay? So all you've got to do is just plug that in, and the recharger actually plugs in right here on the head of this, okay? So you just plug it in. It doesn't take very long to recharge, and you do get a nice long runtime out of it. Now, what I've got here is a comparison. This is a corded unit right here, and this is ours, the Bell & Howell that you're buying right now. And the difference is the weight and the size is just insane. Most people are going to get a sore back walking around with this guy. That's not going to happen with the Bell & Howell. The other thing, too, you were talking about the string. The string on these things is crazy expensive. You know, with ours, you know, when you run out of the zip ties that we give you, you can use any zip ties that you want to. Not to mention the fact that for a long time I've had a battery operated one, okay? The battery, just the battery for my unit weighs more than the entire Bell & Howell piece that I've got right here. But I mean, it's crazy. I'm going to step back here. And I'm going to do just a little bit of trimming back here. And you can see I can work this one-handed. It's real easy. Obviously, I haven't cut the grass in like a week, but you can see right here, it's doing a great job on this. And, you know, we've got that thick grass down here in Florida. You know, we've got the Bermuda grass of the St. Augustine. And you can see this is just the grass is no match for this. Look at that. It's just cutting right through everything on here, doing a fantastic job. Boom, just like that. So even if you live in an apartment or if you live, or a condo, I should say, or a townhouse, where you don't need a big trimmer, but you just want a little something to keep things looking neat, guy, this is the ticket right here.
Oh, dude, I love it. And by the way, just so everybody knows, it does use regular zip ties. Like you could buy those for a couple of dollars when you run out. They carry them everywhere. You can find them in a home store. You can probably find them at your local grocery store. And they just click right into place. That's what I wanted everybody to see, Lou. The edging. I love that it's an edger, too.
Yes. Yeah, you can totally just flip that head over there. It's really simple to do, and you can edge all along your flower beds, your walkways, your driveway, whatever you want to do. You can even use this on some of your hedges if you want to, which I think is another great feature. And like you just mentioned about the zip ties on this, you know what? When you run out of the 24 that we give you, you can use any zip ties. But you know what you're not doing, Guy? You're not dragging around a cord. You're not going to the gas station to fill up the gas. And you know, the other thing about this that's interesting, you can use this at off hours. And what I mean by that is it's not so loud that I'm going to wake the neighbors with it. You know what I mean? So if I come home from work and I want to trim, I can. If it's early Saturday morning, I want to get this out of the way before we go off and have fun, I can do that. But just remember, this has the power. Look at the way that spins right there. And when I stop it, you can see, boom, there's those blades right there, or the zip ties. Isn't that amazing? And I love the fact that I've used this around my fence. You can see I've got PVC fence back there behind me. Doesn't hurt the fence at all. I love that about this. And you use less of these, I'm finding, than I do with the string. Because with the string, I'm constantly bouncing that thing, trying to get it to feel. What doesn't happen with this?
You know what happened to mine, Lou? You know the little bouncy thing that's under there? That broke. So now I have to literally, I go underneath, I have to take the cap off, I have to pull the string and put the cap on every time. And that string is expensive, and I never understand why. It's like plastic. Why is it so expensive? Here's what you're buying. I don't know if you can see. You're buying, this is what you're getting. You're getting 24 of these, all right? You know what that looks like, right? What you do is you take it, you run it through, you pull it through the hoop, and you tighten it, and you get that. There it is. So that is, look, there it is. See how it works? So it just goes right through, and you pull it through. And these are much thicker than the regular cord that they give you, so I would imagine, Lou, I'm gonna get more durability out of these than I do out of the regular string trimmers. And gang, guys, here it is. I mean, it's less than 2 pounds. It's less than 2 pounds. I mean, that means anybody can trim. Even if you're a senior, take this, you got a little safety switch. You can hear the power. That's crazy powerful. Oh, Lou, I'm sold, Lou. I'm going to get one. For that price?
You know what?
$49?
Well, and just as a point of reference for people out there, okay, a gallon of milk weighs 4 times more than this does, okay, than your Bell & Howell trimmer edger. So that's a big deal. But let's say that I just want to use it. Maybe I've got some bushes, you know, or vines or something in my backyard. I can, again, adjust the length on this, bring that in, because remember, it is telescoping. Now I've got that short length. I can stand right here. And look at, oh boy, it does make short work of this in just a couple of seconds. And the nice thing about it is, you heard it hit that, it didn't hurt it. I love that about this. And then if I want to start doing my trimming, my edging, I do that. If I want to edge, I'll show you that one more time in the little time we have here. I'm going to take that, just loosen this collar, pull the head off like that. Then all you do is take it, reinsert that, just like that, tighten it up, Guy, and guess what? We went from trimming to edging, just like that. Couldn't be easier.
Lou, listen. This is very opportune for me because my trimmer is on its last leg. This already broke off on my trimmer, the little shield. So that's gone. The little thing on the bottom doesn't work anymore. The battery doesn't last very long. $49. This is a third of the price of what I paid for my rechargeable trimmer. It's a steal.
Crazy.
And it comes from Bell & Howell. You know the company. It's actually called the Bionic trimmer. That's what it's called. I love it. And I love that it's lightweight. So I could just, you know, do my trimming one-handed. You know, and I only, to be honest, you know, the battery on these, it's the perfect battery life because when you're trimming, you're usually only trimming for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then you cut the grass. It's the perfect tool. By the way, $40 with an HSN credit card today means you'll get this for $9.95. Lou, we got about 30 seconds left. Would you wrap it up for us?
Absolutely, yeah. This is perfect for anybody out there that doesn't want a gas trimmer, that doesn't want a corded trimmer that you got to drag that extension cord around, or maybe you can't reach the end of your property. You don't want to have to buy a separate edger, because this is an edger as well. And even if you have a battery operating unit right now, as I said earlier, the battery from my old unit is actually heavier than this Bell & Howell Bionic trimmer is. You got a trimmer, you got an edger guy, you got the rechargeable batteries, and it uses zip ties. So you're not even going out and buying those expensive reels of string anymore. This is a winner, I think.
I love the edging because that's all I use it for. I don't take it and kill my wife's plants like you just did, Lou.
No.
Is that Kelly's plant that you just chopped up? Kelly's like, Lou, we have grass. Why are you killing my ponytail palm plant or whatever that was? Hey, Lou, you know I always appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, Lou.
Okay, bye. See ya.
Yeah, that's it. Now scare Kelly. That's good, Lou. All right, so let me show you what you're going to get. Everybody will get one of the 1.75 pound